right now.
East Bluff, build it up! East Bluff, build it up!
Tonight, pushing for a peaceful Peoria. The efforts undertaken across the city.
Plus, the Senate's back in session, what lawmakers talked about in the first day back in Springfield.
And the stage is set for the first Republican presidential debate, who made the cut from the crowded GOP field. Good evening. A nationwide call tonight, but more than 30 locations in Peoria also participating in the National Night Out Against Crime. This after the recent shooting deaths of 4 young men.
With the River Cities fighting back against the spike in violence, WMBD's Marvis Herring dropped in on a few of those community events. He joins us now live in the studio tonight with more. Marvis.
Maria, Paul, I started this evening in the East Bluff, then stopped in on an event at Columbia Park on McClure. I spoke with police, city leaders, people living in the River City, and even one Chicago area man that recently moved here and says he stumbled onto one of the night out events. As I was putting the story together, I realized they don't need me to tell you why these events are important to ending crime. They tell it best.
East Bluff, build it up!
We're going to hit some of the areas that's been kind of a hot spot in our neighborhoods that we have concerns about, but also where we can show our visual presence.
Stop the violence, we want peace!
It's got to change. If they don't realize it's got to change, then we need to be the ones to show them that change is going to happen and that change is positive.
They say I'm a rapper and I say no.
We're having a party in the East Bluff.
I've been here 23 years and this is home. It's time to stop. We've lost enough young lives.
The violence, for one thing, has to stop.
We who live here have to take part in it. There aren't enough police officers to put one on every corner, but we're on every corner.
It's only a few bad apples in the bag. And once you take those few bad apples out, you have a nice bag of apples now.
When you look around, we already see change happening, and we just want to continue that forward motion.
I'm from Chicago, so the violence level that I'm used to is ridiculous. So even to hear about what they was doing the last couple of weeks, it's nonsense, man. Where I'm from, you don't see this happen, like really ever.
They need a different example if we're going to save this next generation.
To see the kids, like my daughter, she look up to kids maybe about 5, 6, and it goes on and on and on. It's a constant process of someone looking up to somebody.
They don't need to see the fighting, the drugs.
Like if you selling drugs, it's not a career. You can't retire off of it. There is no pension, no 401k.
When you get to know your neighbors, it makes it so much more personal. When something happens on that street, it's not just a stranger. It's happening to someone you know about that has the same goals and aspirations you do.
Definitely time well spent tonight speaking with these great people. Many of the neighborhood association reps say they've seen such progress in Peoria, and they say they just want to keep the momentum going. Paul.
Thanks, Marvis. Nice work. A 21-year-old is facing several charges in Peoria County after an April crash killed a man from Tivoli. Dylan Nolan is now charged with leaving the scene of the accident, reckless homicide, aggravated DUI, and obstructing justice. Nolan was arrested for DUI in April after the crash near Edwards that left 22-year-old Josh Fuller dead. Police say Fuller's body was moved from the crash site to a home in Farmington. The autopsy showed Fuller died from head, neck, and chest injuries and could have been dead before his body was moved. Another man was arrested at the time, accused of towing the crashed truck from the scene.
New tonight, the latest reports from the Federal Election Commission show former Congressman Aaron Schock's campaign spending money after he left office. One of the biggest expenses, $22,000 for Schock's Political Action Committee event in Aspen. The date on the report says it was paid in May of this year, but Schock tells us it was a refund to Schock for Congress for a GOP Gen Y event this past winter. Schock says he's not doing any fundraising or travel since he left Congress. The filings also show $25,000 worth of individual refunds to 5 different people from the Chicago area. We previously told you about Schock's individual campaign financial disclosures last month. That included more refunds to donors and more than $1 million in legal fees. The ex-congressman still has more than $2 million in his individual and PAC funds. Schock resigned in March after questions about how he spent campaign cash.
After 37 years on the job, Peoria's Fire Chief Kent Tomblin is hanging up his hat, and WMBD talked with him today for the first time since he announced his retirement last week. It comes just a few months since the Peoria Fire Union voted no confidence in Tomblin's leadership. Tomblin says his family is the main reason behind his retirement. He's been with the fire department since 1979, becoming chief in 2007. Through those years, there's one thing he says he will miss the most.
I miss the people. I mean, the fire service is the greatest service in the world. These are people that help people every day of their lives.
Like, there's nothing to our right.
His last day on the job, January 4th. No word on who will be appointed in his place, but Tomlin hopes that person is promoted from within the Peoria Fire Department.
A story from our Capitol newsroom tonight. Senators returned to Springfield today after a 2-week break, but as WMBD's Capitol Bureau Chief Matt Porter tells us, they're not ready to end the 64-day stalemate.
This is adding more onto your Christmas list when Santa's already said he's tapped out. This would be great to get to do, but we don't have the money.
Now, in a third month of overtime, lawmakers stand no closer to a final budget.
Usually with these types of situations, you hear of conversations going on behind the scenes. I'm not sure how much that has really been taking place, if at all.
While both chambers will be taking up several bills this week, neither side believes this week will bring Illinois any closer to a final budget.
The bill that was signed by the governor.
More than 2/3 of the state funding is already being handed out. Senators say that's taken off the pressure to get a deal done quickly.
You know, a few more weeks into early fall before some of these pressure points start building up.
Republicans say Democrats need to get serious about the governor's reforms.
The Democrats complain nonstop about lower income and middle income Illinoisans who are just barely struggling to make it. But they don't want to talk about doing something for their property tax bills to make it easier for them.
Otherwise, August could feel a lot like July. Do you expect that we could go through another month here with no agreement?
We can't be surprised by that.
The House will join the Senate for session tomorrow.
In a story we are continuing to follow for you, the Twin Cities entering a critical phase where local leaders are trying to attract a new buyer for the Mitsubishi plant. Now, the goal is to retain the 1,200 jobs that are attached to the plant. The goal could get some help if the area's enterprise zone is approved. Bloomington first applied for the zone back in the 1980s when Mitsubishi came to town, and it's been revised several times over the years. But it's set to expire next year. Local leaders say they'll do whatever it takes to keep incentives in place for future businesses.
Fiat Chrysler recalling another one of its vehicles. If you own a Dodge Charger, you may not want to slam the doors shut. Nearly 300,000 Chargers from 2011 to 2014 may deploy side airbags on impact. Fiat Chrysler believes 3 people were hurt because of the malfunction. The automaker says the problem's rare, but owners should use caution until their vehicle's serviced. In July, Fiat Chrysler recalled over 500,000 Ram pickup trucks for this same issue.
Senior citizens taking over the Bone Student Center. Why, they're on the campus of ISU. But first, Chris?
Well, a decent day across central Illinois, but a storm system skirting to our south could bring a little rain to some areas. Today, not bad, 84 degrees. But what's in store for the area tomorrow? Your full forecast is next.
You're watching WMBD News at 10 in high definition with Paul Cicchini, Maria Chandler, Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates with your local Weather Authority forecast, and Kurt Pegler with sports. This is WMBD News at 10. Central Illinois, proud.
You deserve more from local news. Hi, I'm Paul Cicchini, and I'm proud to announce Central Illinois on the Record, a new Sunday morning program right here on WMBD. Every week I'll be joined by reporters and panelists breaking down the issues facing Central Illinois and separating fact from fiction. From your city hall to Springfield, all the way to the campaign trail in Iowa, asking the tough questions you want answered and giving a voice to those trying to make a difference.
Central Illinois on the Record, Sundays on WMBD.
Friends haven't seen much of Jim lately, ever since his COPD got worse. At Unity Point Health, we coordinate care in unique ways for very sick patients by understanding what they love doing and working together with them to reach that goal. For Jim, it was seeing his buddies again. The jokes may be bad, but his outcome is nothing short of amazing. Unity Point Health, the point of unity is you.
The fun part about being in the music business is seeing all the kids get their first instrument. We have a great flexible rental program where you can try an instrument on a trial period first and just rent it a month at a time. If things are going well with your student instrument, you can always upgrade to a better line instrument with some of your rental money applying towards purchase. If your instrument needs a tune-up, just bring it on in and we'll take care of it for you. You're welcome to stop in at the music shop and rent an instrument, or you can rent online at themusicshop.com.
It's an action adventure for all ages. where the best scenes begin with a perfectly delivered line. And the ending always makes you feel good. Come experience outdoor theater at its finest. From some of the best seats in any house. It's playing all summer long, only in the Show Me State. Enjoy the show at visitmo.com.
The Storm Tracker Skycam Network, brought to you by Parker Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. Now, your local weather authority, WMBD's chief meteorologist, Chris Yates.
Welcome back. A decent day across central Illinois. Now a pleasant night for now. Skies are going to become mostly cloudy once again. Our temperatures will cool off eventually into the low to mid 60s. Right now it is 73 degrees. That dew point sitting at 63. So the moisture, at least at the surface, beginning to increase somewhat. Our temps all over the place currently. Upper 60s to lower 70s. Bloomington normal sitting at 73 degrees. Meanwhile out west temperatures are sitting in the mid to upper 60s from Galesburg through Kewanee down towards Havana. Now, currently skies beginning to become increasingly cloudy. That'll be the trend through the next couple of hours. Could see a few showers working its way into at least our southwest counties by late tonight and early tomorrow morning. But there's an area of low pressure working its way across the central plains this evening. This will work into the Midwest tomorrow, and with that will come a chance for some showers and thunderstorms. Though at the moment it's looking like the heaviest part of this, the most of the rain with this system, is going to stay to our south and closer to the stalled frontal boundaries. The area of low pressure works its way into Missouri tomorrow, and we'll see some showers and some isolated thunderstorms mainly south of this boundary popping up across the area. But where it's really looking like we're going to see the heaviest rain is along the stationary front through tomorrow. Further north and across central Illinois, it'll be very light and hit and miss at best. In fact, many of us northeast of 74 will more than likely end up staying dry tomorrow and just see partly to mostly cloudy skies. But your greatest chance of rain if you're traveling is going to be across southern portions of the state for tomorrow. Now, future track through tonight, skies will become mostly cloudy. That'll help keep temperatures up a little bit, down into the lower 60s and mid 60s if you're here in Peoria, 65 degrees, 62 in Bloomington normal, but where there's going to be a little less cloud cover, say from Kewanee out towards Peru and out towards Pontiac, temperatures could be allowed to cool off into the upper 50s and to around 60. Now for tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, so we could see a few showers working its way into our southern county. This is going to be your best bet for any rain. Further north, it is possible, and some of these high-res models tend to underestimate sometimes how far north these showers are going to go. So we'll keep some isolated showers in play from Galesburg to Peoria out towards Bloomington normal, but high temperatures about where they were this afternoon, right back into the low to mid 80s. And then as we go through Thursday, the system pulls away, clouds begin to clear on out, and we'll get some nice weather in just in time for the end of the week. But we'll keep an eye on this system. Right now it looks like it is going to be diverted 2 hour north, which should give us on our south side bank 8-day outlook a dry Friday, but we'll keep an eye on that. Now, going into the weekend, we'll see a little bit of sun, some clouds on Saturday, a slight chance for some late-day showers and thunderstorms on Sunday, but the storm chances then begin to ramp up as we head into early parts of next week. One thing you'll also notice is temperatures not nearly as cool as we thought they could be when we were forecasting highs into the 70s. Now we're going to keep those back into the 80s with all the rain staying mostly to our south.
All right, like that sunshine though.
Not bad though. Yeah, we'll take sun.
I'm okay with the 80s.
The 80s are great.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Pool time, you know.
There you go.
All right, thanks, Chris. Senior citizens taking over the Bone Student Center today at Illinois State University. It was all part of the 8th Annual Senior Expo and the second straight year at ISU. Crowd reached record attendance, beating last year's total before lunchtime. The free event included lots of informational booths, games, and prizes. Seniors could even get their driver's license or license plates renewed. Organizers are calling the event a big success.
We believe that if we can give our senior adults something that is free of charge across the board, free parking, free admission, and everything that they get to see and partake of today will cost them nothing. Just a little bit of time and a little bit of energy to cover all of this square footage.
More than 2,000 people stopped by today's event.
Coming up, the field is determined for the first Republican presidential debate. Who's in and who's out is next.
Hi, I'm Leonard with Verlo Mattress. I'd like to tell you about a sale we're doing. It's called a Mega Mattress Clearance Sale. In it, you could save up to $250 on a mattress set. If you include an adjustable base, it's up to $500. Along with that, we've got bunk beds and futons and headboards all on sale. Why settle for something out of a warehouse when you can actually have something that's made just for you? You get all the services that come with that from Verlo Mattress. Stop in and see it. We're at 4538 North Brandywine Drive right here in Peoria.
At Ameren, Illinois, our focus is on delivering reliable energy and helping you use less of it at home. Thanks to incentives for upgrading insulation, rebates for replacing inefficient refrigerators, and other programs, over 500,000 customers have already reduced their energy use. Using less and saving more, that's something every family can appreciate, including mine. Ameren, Illinois, energy at work.
Snyder Village Assisted Living provides your loved one with the assistance they need and the independence they want. Residents at Snyder Village Assisted Living enjoy private rooms, home-style cooking and housekeeping. Let our compassionate caregivers care for your loved one as they have cared for you. Call today to schedule a tour. Snyder Village Assisted Living, your place to call home.
Snyder Village, your place to call home.
Get into Peoria Zoo, safari through Africa, and explore the African plains and more. Lions, giraffe, and rhinos await. Get into Peoria Zoo.
Get answers to your home improvement questions on CIProud.com. Never clean your gutters again with the #1 gutter protection system, Gutter Helmet. Your home is your castle, so visit your home network on CIProud.com.
This portion of WMBD News is brought to you by Goldfine and Bowles.
The insurance companies know which law firms actually take cases to trial. So should you.
At Goldfine & Bowles, we have over 140 years of trial experience. We know our way around the courtroom. Our trusted law firm has built a reputation for delivering positive results for clients from all walks of life.
If you've been hurt on the job or in an accident, don't just settle. Hire the most experienced personal injury law firm in Central Illinois. Call us today.
Goldfine & Bowles. It's our experience that helps you win.
You're watching WMBD News at 10.
The final slots have been filled for the first Republican presidential primary debate, and the top 10 candidates will face off on Thursday.
New poll numbers out today show frontrunner Donald Trump has a significant lead over his competition. For more, here's Craig Boswell in Washington.
The lineup for the first presidential debate of the campaign is set. The top 10 candidates from an average of national polls were selected to take the stage Thursday night.
We're leading by a lot. We're #1 in the polls.
But attention is clearly focused on the frontrunner, Donald Trump, whose outspoken style has him out front in nearly every national poll, including the CBS News poll released Tuesday morning.
The people are so starved for candor from politicians that they're rushing to him because he appears to say what's on his mind.
For the rest of the candidates, Thursday's debate is a chance to go face-to-face with Trump and potentially grab the spotlight.
Executing an attack on Trump that would be successful is a very high-wire act.
Those not in the top 10 must take the stage hours earlier when fewer voters will be able to tune in. But Bob Lehrman, a political professor at American University, says all is not lost for the candidates kept out of the main debate.
It doesn't mean that you can't do well if you're in the second tier. You know, somebody will say, wow, I didn't know he was so effective.
The candidates who failed to make the cut this round have a month to get their numbers up before the next debate in September. Craig Boswell, CBS News, Washington.
The September debate in California will also feature the top 10 candidates based on an average of national polls in the main field.
A pair of Manual grads hope their basketball camp can help curb some of the violence on Peoria's south side. Kurt has that story next.
I knew that the neuropathy due to diabetes is something that you don't get rid of. I found out you do get rid of it.
There's been over 50 years of medical research data on the impact of this type of vibration machine on bone density.
The vibration of this machine helps the lymphedema in my leg.
There isn't any therapy that costs so little and does so well.
Vibe your way to feeling great. Now open in Bloomington Normal. Get your vibe.
Get 2 multi-packs of Encore Premium Disposable Contacts and a pair of glasses for only $99. If you don't need contacts, we'll knock $50 off your complete eyeglass purchase. Visit BartOptical.com to enter your kid in our back-to-school contest. Bart Optical. Vision for life.
A new paint job can really make your space come to life. With over 40 years experience, GT Custom Paint is locally owned and takes pride in getting the project done right and on time. Call or go online today for your estimate and consultation with GT Custom Paint.
We're here on the streets of Nashville, introducing people to Culver's fresh frozen custard.
How are you guys liking the frozen custard? It's so good. So it's got rich, fresh dairy, and that's what gives it that really creamy texture.
One word to describe it.
Craveable.
Very smooth.
Perfect.
Better than ice cream. Creamy and cool. That's nice. Be a custard hero. Introduce somebody to Culver's fresh frozen custard.
It almost tastes like it's homemade.
I think somebody loves it. It's good.
Welcome to Delicious.
Experience the good life at Goods Furniture. Spend the day shopping, enjoying lunch or a snack in the Wine Cellar restaurant, and strolling through the shops at Market Square. Take the short drive today to experience the good life at Goods Furniture in Kewanee, Illinois.
Allergy medicine not working? Try Nasacort. It relieves the worst nasal allergy symptoms, even congestion. Plus, it's non-addictive, scent and alcohol-free, and has no harsh taste. For 24-hour relief, Nasacort stops more of what makes you miserable.
Brought to you by Dan and Sean Cusack. Visit CusackLawIllinois.com.
Trust Dan and Sean Cusack to fight your personal injury or workers' compensation claim. You deserve a dedicated team centered on your legal goals. Call today, 637-5282.
Just when you think you have all the answers, name a place no one wants to admit they are headed.
Mississippi.
Jason, where are you going? We're going to Mississippi. We're going to where? We're going to Mississippi.
Weekdays at 3 on WMBD.
Welcome back to another edition of Road Trippin' on WMBD, brought to you by Grosinger Motors. I'm meteorologist Lauren Ringson, and we've got the Lincoln Navigator all packed up. Let's see where we're heading to today. I invite you to plan some downtime right here in downtown Bloomington. From casual dining to gourmet farm-to-fork experiences, we've got something for every palate. Many unique retailers. The place to be for your entertainment needs in Central Illinois is right here in downtown Bloomington. We've got the U.S. Cellular Coliseum, which has state-of-the-art sporting facilities. We also have the Castle Theater, featuring lots of indie rockers, local and nostalgic musicians come through. And of course, our Bloomington Center for the Performing Arts has everything. We have a wonderful public art program that celebrates our local talent with more than 30 art galleries in our downtown filled with local art. And we have an award-winning farmers market that operates every Saturday from May through the end of October. From silent movies to acrobats, you can find it right here in downtown Bloomington. We hope you enjoyed this edition of Road Trippin'. For more information on today's travels and where we're heading to next, log on to CICrowd.com. We'll see you next time.
Now, your local sports with WMBD's Kurt Fegler.
The hottest team in the Midwest League returns home after a scorching 21-8 record in July. First home game for the Chiefs in August tonight, and it does not get off to a good start for Joe Kruzel's squad at Dozer Park. Lake County lights up Daywin Perez for 5 runs in the first inning. Ordemar Valdez lines a 2-run single right back up the middle. It was 5-0 Captains, but Perez only allowed 1 more run the rest of the night. The Chiefs rally behind him. They score 8 and win it 8-6. Now the Chiefs' parent club, the Cardinals, open a series at Cincinnati, and the ageless Marlon Byrd helping beat the first-place Redbirds. This is a double to the gap and right that scores Jay Bruce to make it 2-0, and rookie Anthony DeScalaffi struck out a career-high 9. Reds beat the Cardinals 3-2. Cubs in Pittsburgh, where Starlin Castro had a big night. Here's an RBI single. Castro knocked in 2 tonight. Anthony Rizzo, who scores on this play, had 4 hits tonight, but the star was likely Jake Arrieta. He pitches 7 innings of 2-hit ball, a couple of strikeouts here. Cubs shut out the Pirates 5-0. White Sox quickly fading out of any wild card talk. Second straight rough outing for Chris Sale. Logan Forsythe, 2-run blast off Sale in the first inning. Sox have dropped 5 of their last 6 after the Rays beat them tonight 11-3. Football players at national runner-up ISU report tomorrow. Their first fall practice is Thursday as they begin their quest to return to the FCS title game. Football players arriving on campus as the basketball team is getting ready to leave. Redbird Hoop Squad leaves Friday for Spain, where it will play 4 exhibition games against pro teams. For most of the players, this is their first trip out of the country.
I really don't know too much what to expect from over there, but I mean, hopefully I learn some new things, probably try some new food. Learn a couple new words from people. But
I think it'll be very interesting. I just don't know nothing about it. I don't know what it's like, what it looks like, how to act. I don't know.
Redbirds will spend a week in Spain, splitting time between Madrid and Barcelona. Big week for Manual grads David and Derek Booth. They host the Booth Basketball Academy for youth players. Most of those young players are from the south end of Peoria, where the Booths grew up, and where unfortunately there's been a lot of violence this summer.
Part of organized program that keeps you out of trouble, you know, and it keeps you on the right path, and it keeps you motivated, it keeps you dreaming, keeps you keeping goals. And so we want to give these young men an opportunity, young men and young women an opportunity to do that.
We're from the south side of Peoria, and we come from the same place these kids come from. We had a dream, and we were blessed enough to be able to attain that dream. And if we can do it, they can do it too.
The camp for boys and girls ages 9 to 16 is free, but it is full. Big month for Taylor McClintock, who is working the Curly Boo Johnson camp this week, and soon will head to Western Illinois. After sitting out last season to satisfy NCAA transfer rules, the former Illini Bluff star is a tad bit nervous about playing with her new team this fall.
God willing, everything will kind of work out, and that it won't be nerve-wracking, and that the girls will really just kind of help me out. And I'm just hoping I can, that first shot, if I can make my first shot, I know the rest of it will be okay.
Taylor has been practicing with her team for the past year, but was ineligible to play in games. Briefly, Notre Dame starts the season #2 in the state and ranked number 27 in the Prep Soccer National Preseason Rankings. Finally, how about this? 37-year-old Mike Hessman of the Toledo Mud Hens belts a grand slam and becomes the all-time home run king for American-based minor leagues with 433. He's played 19 years in the minor leagues. He's kind of like Crash Davis in the movie Bull Durham. His whole life in the minors, he's played like 109 games, that's all in the majors. But now he's on the top of the all-time home run list.
Good for him. I like the name too, the Mud Hens. Stuck out to me. All right, Chris, back right after this.
This portion of WMBD News is brought to you by
Where it's more than a car.
It's a Honda.
When Trouble Free came out for service, they're very thorough, they're very well trained, they know what they're doing, and I have a lot of questions sometimes, so I will ask them, and they're always very patient. The person who was here was very knowledgeable, knew the product, knew what our needs were. I have confidence in the integrity and the character of Dave Osborne, who's the owner of Trouble Free.
For more information, go to TroubleFreeInc.com.
Trouble Free always makes me smile.
It's a no-coast vacation road trip at Casey's General Stores. Visit Casey's for spectacular road trip savings, like Powerade 32-ounce bottles, 3 for $3.33. And large made-from-scratch taco pizzas for only $13.99. Plus, discover the no-coast clue at any Casey's and enter to win a fabulous Winnebago road trip or other amazing prizes. It's all happening now at Casey's General Stores. Casey's, famous for pizza.
If you're in the market for a Tempur-Pedic, you need to stop into Sherman's. I got a great selection, plus we'll give you a full year to try it out at home and make sure it's the right Tempur-Pedic for you. You know, at Sherman's we have a love it or send it back guarantee across the board, anything in stock. But with Tempur-Pedic, it's kind of on steroids. If you're not getting the best sleep of your life, you stop back in the store, we will pick out a different Tempur-Pedic and we'll switch it out for that. You got up to a year to do that. There's nowhere you can buy a Tempur-Pedic you'll be more sure that you're going to love it than when you buy it at Sherman's.
A pitcher who can paint the corners is known as a Rembrandt. At GMC, we get why people love that kind of precision. After all, in everything we build, that's exactly what we deliver. This is precision. This is GMC.
Now during the GMC Summer Sell Down, get cash back for 20% of the MSRP on select Sierra models in stock the longest. That's over $10,000 on this Sierra.
You want to feel connected, informed, included on every screen in your life. We are broadcasters, always here for you, wherever here may be. Text Washington. Tell them local stations matter.
You're watching WMBD News at 10.
44 turns 54. President Obama, the 44th U.S. president, celebrating his 54th birthday today. POTUS spent a relaxing pre-birthday weekend at Camp David, where he hung with friends and played some golf, of course. President has a lot to be thankful for this birthday. According to the latest CNN ORC poll, the president is enjoying an approval rating of about 50%. Mr. Obama has just over 17 months left in office, and I imagine he's counting them down.
Happy birthday.
Every president seems to gray pretty quickly when they're in office.
That is
a lot of stress.
That is interesting to watch, kind of the progression of it.
Right, they start off all young, looking good, and
he was like 22 when he took office.
He looked like it, right?
44, yeah.
All right, hey, it's 65 degrees tonight. A stray shower possible, just not likely this far north. Mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, much of the same. Temperatures about where they were today, back into the low to mid 80s. Mostly cloudy, a stray shower. The extended forecast, it's not bad, but we will be looking at a better chance for some showers and thunderstorms heading in to next week. But temperature-wise, can't beat that for this time of year.
No way. All right. Thanks so much, Chris. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Don't forget, WMBD News available on air, online, and on the go.
You can head over to our website, ciproud.com, and get the latest news on our app for your smartphone or tablet. Have a great night.
Good night.